Hi, everyone. Welcome to Relationship Coaching Live. Today, I'm not going to be by myself. Sometimes I'm by myself. Sometimes I have a guest. I'm very excited to have this guest on today. She is an amazing comedian and a good friend. I love her to pieces. She has been on CBS's The Late Late Show, on Comedy Central, on Last Comic Standing, and Comics Unleashed. And she is the author of the book, How to Be Depressed, a guide, that's it, on how to be depressed. And she's a comedian. So you can imagine how that book is. It's hilarious. And she's hilarious. Please welcome to the virtual stage, Dana Eagle. Hi,
Hello.
Dana.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm trying to frame myself the way you wanted me framed.
That's fine. That's good.
I had a little agita today. So
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. You're framed perfectly now. I'm having issues with LinkedIn. It's so weird. Like some of the destinations are not streaming. So weird. Yeah. So it is what it is. But we have people joining us from X. I have a big audience on X, which is amazing. I love it. I'm trying to turn my AC on because it's hot in here with the lights and everything. But so they're just joining in. Welcome to Relationship Coaching Live. Dana Eagle is my guest today, and she's the author of How to Be Depressed, a Guide. So tell me a little bit about what inspired you to write How to Be Depressed? Was there like a personal journey or experience that led to this book?
No, I've never had depression. I'm not familiar with it, but I've heard about it. I've heard it can be very challenging. So yeah, of course. I did talk about it a little bit on stage, but bipolar 2, which is more depression. And yeah, I just remember like one of my worst times, I had like that anxiety thing of what if this happens? What if that happens? And like I brought it to such an extreme, and like I was really at my lowest that I actually in the middle of it sort of made myself like laugh or smile, where I was like, that's ridiculous. That's not going to happen.
I love that.
And so I think like that was kind of the seeds of it. And then just sort of dealing with it, being a stand-up, I always feel like no matter what happens to us, which everybody has their own little heartbreaking story, but no matter what happens, the idea is the reward that we get, or the toy, is the material that we get to make of it. Because otherwise, it's just, I'm not one of those. See, I'm not like you. I'm not all positive. Like,
hey, I'm not all positive, girl. You know, I have my moments.
You're like 90% positive.
Yeah, maybe.
And so I'm not like, oh, everything happens for a reason, or it's all good. Like I can't sell myself on that. So I just go the other way, which is, negative to the point of making myself laugh.
I love that. That is, I remember my mom and I used to fight, and they got so ridiculous that we ended up laughing. Like, this is so stupid. So I totally get that. It gets so one extreme that you just go the other way because it's just insane. So what moments do you remember, like you had, you went down like a rabbit hole and hit rock bottom, and then you were like, I'm going to turn around and make it a bit?
Well, I think because I was already doing stand up at the time. I mean, I have the bit that I used to constantly, and I still do it sometimes, where I just say I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Anybody else, if you're bipolar and it, clap your hands. And then I do like 1 little, 2 little, 3 little lithium. And actually, a lot of the stuff, and actually a lot of my stand up, I did off stage. Like I did it to a friend joking around, and they're like, you have to do that on stage. And then I wasn't really ready to talk about it. But, when you're up there, you just need stuff. And so I just went for it. And I remember doing it and my face just turning red. And because I really didn't want to say it to anybody. And it wasn't as cool then, I have to say. Like, it totally just was not as cool. And so then, so I guess like that would be one. And then just, yeah, I think it's because my friends are all as dark as I am. And I remember being put on this medicine, and like I'm a notorious klutz. Like I told you, my parents used to call me Gracie as a kid because I'm always walking into things and stumbling and stuff.
No.
So, um, and then I had to be put on this medicine, and the doctor had said it can affect your coordination. And I remember telling my oldest friend about it, who's, also a writer, and she just said, when I said the doctor said it could affect my coordination, she like spit out her beer and she was like, "Well, how would you know?" And so, so yeah, I mean, there's always stuff like that, and yeah, I mean, some things are just so unredeeming that you just have to find whatever works for you.
Absolutely. It's how we view the world, really. It's all about perception. We create our own reality. But you say that I'm positive, but you're positive too, because you're turning all this into something positive, which is humor and comedy and making
You're
other.
ruining my reputation right now.
I know, I'm sorry. But if you think about it, you're coming back to where I am. It's like you
I
go
don't It's purely, any positivity is purely by accident.
by
It's
accident. I love that. I love that. Do you feel like doing stand up has helped you, has helped your mental health?
Oh, I think yeah. I mean, I can't imagine life without it. You know, I mean, at this point, also, I mean, you do stand up for a certain amount of time, and you're just no longer fit to be around civilians. So, there comes a point where there's no turning back. But
Yeah.
also, my instinct is to be alone. I, very much prefer to be alone. And also I think it just taught me forcing myself to be someplace, and and that and that focus is helpful. I mean, you really, when you're on stage, you can't be thinking about a whole lot of other things. There's really only, it's just like, just get through this. And then the other thing that it did, that I can never tell if it was a plus or a liability, but I really, I didn't want people to feel like they couldn't count on me. Like I said, like there was a stigma around it, and I really didn't want anyone to know. And then I let that sort of, but of course they knew because I was talking about it on stage.
Yeah.
But then, of course, there were times where I was like really down the rabbit hole, which is also when I'm at my most self-conscious. And so what I would do is, like, I'm not saying anything to anyone. Like, didn't build in an excuse. Like, it made it so that I had to perform to the level where I always am. I couldn't just be like, "Oh, well, I'm not up to it today." It was just like, "Nope, you have to show up no matter what."
That's
So,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
The show must go on. And do you feel like mental health now is becoming more openly discussed, right? So
Yeah.
do you feel like comedy maybe contributed to reducing the stigma around depression and mental health issues in general?
Yeah, sure, I'll take credit for it. Yeah.
There's a comedian, I can't remember his name, that he talks about depressions exclusively. Do you know who he is?
I don't think he talks about it exclusively. I think he did one special about it, and I
Yeah.
think it was Gary,
Oh my God. Yeah. Gary something. Oh my God. Okay. I'll Google it
I'm,
while
like,
you
a
talk.
huge fan of his too, so I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now,
I
but
know he's amazing. Let me see. Comedy. Gary Goldman, right?
right, Gary Goldman, yeah.
Yes. Gary Goldman. Yeah. Very funny. Very, very
Yeah.
funny. So I feel like people like him and you really contributed to um, the stigma being a little bit less than before. Because when you talk about things openly, like narcissistic abuse, right, which is one of the
Yeah.
things that we're familiar with, when you talk about it more openly and there's videos about it out there and people are discussing it and talking about it, then it's like, oh, I don't feel so weird that I went through that experience, because sometimes there's a lot of shame attached to having a mental health issue or being in a narcissistic abusive relationship.
Mhm.
So do you feel like audiences are more receptive to what you have to say nowadays?
Well, now I have to be honest, like, there's sometimes a bit of a bummer of like, "Hey, I had it first."
Like, I set the trend. I talked about it way
Right,
when it wasn't hip.
and
Yeah.
now everybody's and I was just like and so, like, I was able to get all the jokes to work, but I just didn't really wanna be talking about it, and actually, I've been really avoidant of I'm fine on doing shows for certain groups. Recovery groups are like amazing, and
Yes,
um,
they are.
so I'm okay doing all of those things. But certainly, when I've done reality TV, they want me to talk about it, and I don't mind talking about it like in just a general way, but they want the story of like it's my struggle, and I still have a little bit of that thing up of like no, whatever the struggle is, that's mine and it's precious, and I
Yeah.
don't necessarily want to reveal everything. Um, and I used to get really, especially when I did college students would come up and I would start to get really nervous of like, I don't want to talk about it. But then I realized how self-absorbed that was of me because they just listened to me. They didn't want to hear from me. They wanted to share what they were going through. Because I
Exactly.
remember this woman came up to me and I like was very I guess like kind of like cold to her. And then later I saw her at the bar, and obviously this wasn't a college because there was a bar there, and I just felt really bad. And then when I went up to her, that was what made me realize like she just wanted to share her story with somebody who would understand, you
Yes,
know.
100%. It happens here, like on the lives when I talk about narcissistic abuse or we talk about something, depression or whatever, mental health issues. People do share their stories and they want to just share it with you so that you can give your point of view or just listen to them.
Right, everybody needs someone to bear witness or validate, and especially again at that time people were not talking about it. And but I just never wanted to step forward and be the spokesperson, but that
Right.
has nothing to do with any shame that anyone should feel about it. That was just my own thing. And I always feel like there's a differentiation because there is a difference because sometimes people overshare on that stuff. And I'm not talking about here where it's a platform for those things. I'm just
Yes.
talking about in real life or on social media. And I think like you don't have to be ashamed of things, but there is something to be said that some things are precious and
A
they're not for everyone.
Absolutely. Just maybe for your friends, you tell your friends and you keep it to yourself. Absolutely. I agree with that. There's a level of privacy that you have to have. And you can't just share. I think oversharing is something I read that it was related to ADHD oversharing, which I can relate.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, it was related to that.
Yeah, that seems about
So it seems about right, right? Because we're
right.
like all over the place when you're ADHD. So, but I think also another thing that we both share, you don't want to be known as the depression girl. Like, I don't want to be known as the cancer girl
Yep.
because there's so much more than that. And sometimes I think people or not just audiences are actually cool. They don't just, if they engage with you, they know you're more than that. Right. But like
Right.
people in general, like if, they see your comedy or they see your books or whatever, they're like, oh, she's the cancer girl. Oh, she's the depression
Right.
girl. And
Yeah.
so that I feel is not fair. And I hope that uh, we get out of that, pigeonholing people. Like this is what she is. This is what, like politics, right? You're
Right.
this or that.
Like I
Uh,
have so many more things wrong with me. Like why pigeonhole me with just the one?
yeah,
Yeah.
so funny. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that are right with you.
Well, thank you.
A lot. You're an amazing friend and you're an amazing human, and you're very self-aware, which I love. And that's what allows you to do brilliant stand-up comedy, right? Because you're very self-aware.
And annoy other people. Like when we work out and you're being all serious, 1, 2, 3, and I'm sitting there going 84, 92.
Yes. I know when I'm trying to tell you a serious story, sometimes you just crack me up because you go the other way. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I forget
I
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I forget who it was, but it was a comedian who came up to me like a couple of years ago and he said, "Do you know," he told me of this thing that I did to him and I forgot about it till he said it, but he was going through a divorce and we were in the green room at the ice house and he kept talking about like, and she this and blah, 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 and that. And he said, "You're just sitting there putting like I was putting makeup on in the mirror." And he was just going on and on. He goes, and apparently at some point I just go, "Please get to the punchline already." He was luckily, he was laughing about it now, but I was like, "Oh," I couldn't even deny it. I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like something I'd say."
I know you do that, but that's endearing actually because you just it's almost like you release the tension with humor. It's like this is too much, this is too intense. Let's just release the tension, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also to make the other yourself feel better and the other person feel better. I think that that's what we joke for. You know, we joke about things because it helps us and it helps the other person.
Yeah, I mean, that rabbit hole is just, like, always right there to suck you in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for somebody who is going through depression, what is your advice to that person? Like, what besides seeking help? Absolutely, right? That's number one, I would think, when you have mental health issues.
Yeah, I think seek help. I think especially before you've arrived at the place where you know what works for you,
Yeah,
be really careful about who you share with because it's very similar to comedy where it's like everybody's seen comedy, everybody's laughed, and so they think that that makes them an expert, of what it's like to be up there, and it's a
right,
whole different ball game. And it's the same thing. Everybody's been sad. Everybody's gone through something and, will have something hit them hard, but it doesn't necessarily apply to you. So you pick, your couple of people that you could count on and really, that's it. And then I guess the other thing I do, which I still do. And I can't imagine that there's a professional that would ever stand behind this. But, you know, I mean, I do this on regular days now, but especially when I was going through it.
yeah,
One of the things that automatically happens is you keep checking in with how you're feeling. I mean, in part because for many people, it's not sadness. I mean, you actually feel like you're in pain. So there's really no avoiding it. Um, But I think I told you, like, a lot of times when people say, "How are you doing?" Or, like, in yoga class, when they go, "Let's check in with how they're feeling," I just go, "Yeah, that's really none of my business how I'm feeling."
so funny.
It's like, it's not the it's and I think, again, it kinda goes back to that rabbit hole of, like, I get sucked in, so I'm just kind of like, "Yeah, that's" it's 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. How I'm doing is just none of my business right now. I have things to do, and
Right.
that's it, you know?
Whether you want it or not, you have to do stuff. You're like me. We're very task oriented. Like we have goals. I have like a whole vision board there. It's not a vision board, but it's like to-do list, but it looks like a vision board.
Yep.
And it's like I keep like changing things. I have look, even like what I have to do during the lives. I have like cards. It's like,
Yeah.
I am so organized. And when you are organized, actually, it helps achieve more and more efficiently. Uh, do you does depression get in the way of you doing like your tasks, like your goals, your things, or if it does, how do you get out of it?
Again, that thing of what do I have to do? I think
Yeah.
probably something like anger would, or um yeah, I mean, I'm not very I get off yeah, I get off track quite a bit, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of things to attribute that to. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm best under deadline. Someone sent me something yesterday to finish for them, and I was like, "You have to give me a deadline."
You're right.
So I always need a deadline.
Yeah, we all do.
But I think I do. You're very good because you take breaks and
Yes.
kind of like refuel, and you'll go and do something that has no result.
Yes,
You'll
like
go.
watching TikToks.
No, not as like when you take a day and go to the beach or
Yes.
just do something where is I'm a little bit like, well, what am I going to get out of that? you know, but
Right.
lately I have been um making sure to make time for friends. I think I told you I went to a Pink concert, I went to an Indigo Girls concert, and then shortly after that, because I had but just local stand up on a Saturday night, I missed a friend's birthday party, and I was really sorry about that. I was like, that's not a good so I'm trying to change my life decisions now so
Okay.
that I won't, go do something like commune with nature unless I'm with you and you make me hug the trees.
I
And
know I'm everybody, she doesn't hug them technically, she just touches them because she's like, but I go like, "Thank you, tree," and she's like, "Okay, thank you, tree, you weirdo," it's like,
good job today, tree. Yeah.
well, the concept behind that is that the earth has electromagnetic energy and we are electromagnetic beings. So the tree kind of absorbs that electromagnetic energy. And so if you hug the tree, it will give you that energy.
But what if like my energy's so bad I kill the tree?
That's why you don't hug them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, am I allowed to? I'm looking at the time. Am I allowed to? I forgot to, of course, put the book right in front of me.
Oh, yeah. I have been having a ticker at the bottom. The book, How to Be Depressed, a
Can
guide,
I
can
get it? A physical copy?
absolutely go get it.
Okay.
And so, can they get it on your website?
Yes. I only have a few hard copies left. Okay, here it is. And it comes in different, ouch, nothing, everything's fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
So, oh, wait, did I grab the right? Uh-oh. I think I only grabbed the Turkish ones.
What do you mean the Turkish ones?
It was published in a few different languages. So it was
Oh,
published,
cool. Can
I
I
think
see it? Can I
that's
see it?
that's the Turkish one.
Oh, that is so cool,
That's
Dana.
the French one.
Love.
And then, of course, I didn't get the English one. And then it was also published in German, which is really funny.
I can with you. You have everything but the English one. That is so funny.
I know. It was here. Here it is.
Oh, good, good. And it's better if they get it from you, not from Amazon. So you guys go to danaeagle.com and get her book. It's great. And it's just a great read. She's hilarious. How to Be Depressed, a guide. There it is. I love it.
And it's really not like if somebody's selling it on Amazon, then they're selling a promotional copy. It really wasn't available through Amazon. It was available through me in like stores and the
Yeah.
publisher. But I don't own the illustrations, but I do own the text. Like once
Yeah.
I don't know how stuff works, but anyway,
Yeah.
so I do still own the text. So I am going to be making a digital copy, but it's going to be different illustrations.
Okay.
So, but then you have like things like depressed fashions, which is sad that I always look like that. I'm like, even at shows, I'm like, oh, there's a quiz at the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you have what it takes to be depressed? Right? Because I mean, everybody has like some part of it, but you want to do it right. Like you want to bring other people down with you. And so some of the questions are, do you write poetry? Does your poetry have tear stains on it? Do you go to bed early? Not necessarily because you're tired, but because you don't want to be awake anymore. And then because it was international, we did the perks of being depressed in different places, like the perks of being depressed in France. Tell people you are not depressed, you are les miserables.
You're what?
Les miserables.
Oh my God, you are so funny. You guys need to get this book. It's so good.
Oh, and then there's, instead of affirmations, daily negations.
Daily negations. Oh, that is brilliant.
It's like, it's not bad lighting. That's what you look like.
I love it. Can they get an autographed copy if
Yes.
they order from you? Yes.
Yes.
Great.
So if they go to my website, danaeagle.com, then they could get it from there. If they want to wait till the holidays, I should have the digital copy up there, but we've already processed my difficulty staying on track and meeting goals. But I'll make a promise here. I'll have it done.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to have it on Audible? Audible is like it because you can listen to it from your car. I think I'm going to like put all my books on Audible.
Of course you are. And you're going to get it all done before I get this one even up.
You are so funny. You know how many books I wrote the last 2 months?
I know you wrote at least one. I didn't know there was more than that. You wrote 3 books?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and they're not huge, but they're like, and they're on PDF available on my online shop.
Are they books or booklets?
What's 10,000 words?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No, that's actually pretty close. I think that's pretty close to full book.
Yeah. I could say book, but I like to keep things like you, short and simple. Like I don't like to blah, 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 blah. It's like, this is it. Boom, boom, boom. That's it.
Nobody has an attention span anymore.
No. That's why I made the books like really easy to read and fun to read. And you don't have to be like, oh my God, I have like 200 more pages to go. Mm-mm.
Right. Yeah.
Easy.
I have puzzles in mine too.
You have puzzles? Can I see that?
I think I have like a side effects. I have like a side effects. Oh, and this is another things you shouldn't say to your therapist. Things you hope your therapist doesn't say to you. Like,
that's so funny.
Like I know a great psychic. These are my regular rates, but I'm gonna have to charge you more. So, and then I think the puzzle's somewhere. Oh, side effects word scramble.
Ah, nice.
So like common side effects of your serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Oh, and then I did a psychiatric evaluation of a few people. Like I did one of Virginia Woolf. I did one of Charlie Brown, and an actual therapist who does intake saw it, and she said to me, it was for an event that I was hired for. She said, that's really close to how we do the intakes. It had a lot of, and I was like, yeah, I know. I've read my own intakes. So then I just made one for Charlie Brown and Virginia Woolf and maybe, Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my God, that is so funny. You are like, how long did it take you to write this book?
It took a while. It took like, I definitely, I was a first time author. And so I definitely missed a couple of deadlines. And also, that was when I had cancer. And so at first I didn't tell them that I had cancer. And
right.
So I was kind of like faking it all the way through, and they didn't know. And but actually I can't blame too much of it on cancer. It was just more first time, and I guess it's what commonly happens with first time authors.
Absolutely. Well, but you know what? Cancer does make things difficult, especially treatment. You feel terrible.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely. I remember I optioned Dramedy during my cancer journey, and I would wear wigs to the meetings because I didn't want the producer to know. And finally I had to tell her. And I just did my unveiling of the bald head.
You're like, I really didn't have to tell her. I just had to show her.
Exactly. But her husband actually had is a cancer survivor. So she totally understood and gave me advice. But we are very shy of like telling people about it because they think, oh, cancer, she's gonna unalive, and that's what people think. And I don't
Right.
know, it's
I feel like
weird.
they can be candid with you about things, but I think it's easier once they've worked with you and they know what it's like, and then they feel kind a little more secure with it. But I
Yeah.
think I've told you this before, and this is no judge. This is like just my own experience, but for me, cancer was so much easier than mental health. Like the idea that
Yes.
somebody else came in and told me what was wrong, like I didn't have to sit there and try and describe it. The fact that they're like, it's right here and this is what we're
Right.
supposed to do for it. And, I was like, oh, this is so much easier.
I completely understand. I suffer from anxiety, and now I'm getting better at it. But I have that anxiety. It's about worrying about the future. That's what anxiety is.
Mhm.
And uh, and yeah, cancer was because cancer is physical. It's also mental because you face your own mortality, but it's more physical than anything. There's so many side effects to the treatment, and if you have surgery too, that you're just so busy with that you really don't have time to have, to have anxiety or worry about things. You're just like focusing on getting well and feeling better physically.
Yeah, like you're in it and you're just trying to get through. And it's
Yeah.
almost like afterwards, it kept, because I don't know how it
Yes.
was for you, but they got me into everything very quickly.
Yeah.
And then I got the wrong treatment, but then we fixed it. Um, but uh, yeah, so they got me into everything. But then there's kind of like this aftermath that you're left with. And then plus, you're not, there's still things that go wrong. I think I've had the discussion with you of, I
Yeah.
had another friend who had it early, and I would call her and I'd be like, "What do I have to get this checked?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "That's just what's going to happen. We get everything everyone else gets. We just get it earlier, you know." So,
Absolutely, we do. Like, and stuff that years later pops because chemo, radiation, it's tough on your body. So, but it's okay. It's the price we paid to be alive today, which I am very happy to be alive and made it through stage 3. I know I was this goes to stage 4. Hello, that's like endless treatments. And stage 4 is survivable nowadays with the treatments.
oh, I
It's
have a friend
completely
whose
fine.
mom was diagnosed with stage 4 over 20 years ago.
See, and yeah, and sometimes they get healed from it. Like they do so
Yeah,
much treatment that the cancer is gone. So
there's
yeah,
not even been a recurrence. So
yeah,
everything is, different. Like I tell people, I'm like, call me. I'm like, you don't know anything till you know.
absolutely. And if you haven't been through it, it's very hard to understand what we go through. And especially after the treatment, because during the treatment, like we said, it's a like a tunnel. I saw it as a tunnel with a light at the end. I'm like, I'm just like running a marathon. I'm doing this. I'm exhausted because I'm an athlete, right? So I'm like, I've been
Mhm.
there. So I'm like, I'm just running. I'm exhausted. I'm tired, but it's gonna be over soon. You could do this. You could do this. And then when you get to the other side, you're like, you
Ugh.
look back and it's like, how did I do that? And now I'm facing all these weird side effects, and like life has completely changed, and I kind of isolated myself from society a little bit because I was so focused on my healing. And it's like so many things you should come to do my cancer joy club.
Oh, I would do
Yeah,
that.
I
There's
would
also
love
the financial disruption,
the
that
financial. Oh, I'm still paying for the debt that I had during. It is so hard to catch up,
that
and
infuriates me.
it's crazy.
That should
Yeah,
be no interest. Like even if it's not a medical bill, of course it's related to that.
yeah,
And that
yes,
so much infuriates me. And
totally.
I've been saying to people, and it's not very popular now, of like over I had the figure at 40%. I heard it's over 100 million, but 40% of the US has medical debt. And I
Yeah.
don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet 0% of them are in Congress. So,
Oh, honey, that's a whole different conversation, but we're not going to talk politics. But yeah, no,
no,
I
but
hear you. It's such a big business, and it's so it's taxing on everyone. And like you said, like my insurance paid for everything. I have great insurance. Thank God. I'm so grateful for that because I didn't have to worry about it. I've
Hmm.
always been very particular. Like I've never been one day without health insurance. Like I am very particular about that. But for example, like you can't cook when you're going through treatment. Like I was exhausted. So I had to order food because I wanted to fatten myself up during chemo, right? I wanted to, because I
Hmm.
saw my dad get so skinny and I look like him. So I'm like, I can't like be depleted of nutrients and stuff. So I fattened myself up, even though I had GI issues, which we all do during chemo.
Right.
And so that girl, it was like Uber Eats because I live by myself and
Hmm.
nobody brought me food. I mean, maybe a couple of my friends did, at times, but then I had treatment for months. So they're
Right.
not gonna bring me food every day. So that ordering from Uber Eats, like ridiculous amounts of money, ordering stuff that I like, having somebody do my laundry, I'm paying for it, like so many things. And the income is not coming in as much because you can't work that much.
Also, didn't you have it during COVID?
I had it during COVID, so I had to isolate myself.
Yeah. See, because
Yeah.
I didn't know. Otherwise, I would have brought you meals, but I
Oh,
didn't
honey, no,
know.
don't worry. I'm not shaming
But
you or anything.
no,
But
I know, but I'm just
but
saying, like,
I don't think you knew actually. I didn't tell you.
I didn't know at all,
No, you
and
didn't know. Only a
until
few
later.
people knew. Yeah, because I kept it to myself.
Yeah.
Did you keep it to yourself too, or did you like just spoke about it on social media when you were going through it?
No, there was nothing on social media, and
Same.
I generally do not put that stuff that's, like, for
Yeah.
my peeps, and,
Yep.
especially because I found out right around the holidays, I didn't even tell my like, I didn't wanna we're Jewish, but I didn't wanna ruin my mom's Christmas, and so I
Oh,
just waited, like, a few weeks, and, um, in some ways, again, it was nice because it forced me to keep my focus elsewhere, like, I didn't yeah, I mean, I guess it's kinda like the same thing of it's, I'm going through enough of it, I don't wanna walk into a room of people and still be thinking about it, like, that's the chance for me to
yes.
be distracted.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
people look at you differently when you tell them that you had cancer. It's like a whole, like you feel like the energy drop because it's their
Yeah.
own fear of getting cancer, I think.
Yes, yes, I mean, everybody's thing is like, "How did you find out?" Because they're wondering, like, "Do I have it?" But
I
then
know.
the other thing is, like, also what gets you out of your head is being able to be a friend to people. Like, I had a friend who was, going through in vitro at the time, and she had to give herself shots, and they had just already invested a lot in it, and so she was sitting there telling me about it, and then she kind of stopped herself in the middle, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't be saying this to you," and I was like, "Are you kidding?" I was
Yeah,
like I was like, "I'm fine." I was like, "Yours is way worse." I was like,
yeah.
"If you're gonna have a kid at the end of this, that's gonna be 18 years. I'm gonna be fine." Good luck.
Absolutely. No, people think that if you had cancer, like whatever they're going through, it's not valid. And I always tell people, they're like, oh, you've been through cancer, so I know this is going to be like nothing. No, this is a lot to you at this very moment. So it doesn't, we're not comparing like cancer is worse than this, like whatever you're going through and you need to talk about it. That's as valid as us going through cancer. It has nothing to do with the intensity.
And personally, I prefer like, I'll have
Yeah.
something big going on, but I'll whine about the little things because I prefer my imaginary problems than my real ones. Like, my real ones, I could just you and I discussed this a few months ago. I was, diagnosed with cataracts, and it kinda, like, wigged me out a little bit, and so I just haven't I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just put that away. I'm not dealing with that right now."
Yeah, yeah, and you don't have to because
Right.
it's not a life-threatening thing, and that's from radiation. Because I remember I never had any problems until
Mhm.
I went to get my prescription renewed, and he was like, "You have very, like, early cataracts." I was like, "What the hell?" And my mom had the cataract thing when she was in her 70s, so I'm like, "What is going on?" And then I Googled, and yes, radiation can definitely cause, and since we both had it near our face, like I had it right here. Like I remember I could feel like here, like I feel
Mhm.
something weird here, like it hardened the tissue or something. So imagine also your teeth, you're gonna get more cavities. Some people will get more cavities. Your
Mhm.
nasal, like the lining of my nose, I get post nasal drip. It's lovely. What can we say?
Right.
It's lovely, all the side effects that we have to deal with. But hey, we're alive with 25
Right.
million side effects, but we made it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also think there's kind of like that overlap of you do hit a certain age and, like, things don't work the same way,
Yes.
like mine was in my stomach, but, you know, I've seen other friends going through all of a sudden they're having huge stomach issues at a certain age. So I just have to wait for
Absolutely.
everyone to catch up.
Absolutely. You just have to deal with it. And whatever I go through, like I told you, I'm going through something like my esophagus is like in the postnasal drip, it's all a mess, right? And and I'm like, you know what? It's not cancer. So you can deal with this. It's okay. You went through cancer, Grace. You can deal with this. It's fine. There's no rush. There's no like, oh my God, I have to get surgery so I can get the cancer out. Or no, it's okay. Just don't eat spicy food for a while until you go to your GI doctor. And you'll be fine. You
I mean,
know?
I'm laughing at that because a member of my family who's a little more, about themselves,
Yes.
I was like so wrapped up in their own story that they told me something that was happening with them and I go, "Oh, I'm really sorry." And they go, "That's okay. It's not like it's cancer." And I was like, "You did not just say that."
I know. Oh, girl, let me tell you. People will say things that I have videos on TikTok, like what not to say to a cancer patient. Somebody, I was like, she was like my psychic at the time. I don't do psychics anymore because I was like, I'm my own psychic now. But I was like just devastated. And she goes, "Well, what do you have to be grateful for?" And I'm like, "Oh, this, and that." And she says, "Well, I have to be grateful for not having cancer."
Jesus. Oh my god.
Well, good for you. I am so glad you don't have cancer.
I'm
I
so glad. Is
do.
there any other way I can make you feel better about yourself? Do you wanna know about my rash over here? Do you wanna see my checkbook? Yeah. Let
Yeah,
me
I'm
know
gonna
if there's any other way I can elevate your feeling.
totally. Want to see my tumor here?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's crazy. I know some people, and sometimes it's ignorance, and sometimes it's like selfishness. They just like, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't have what she has, and people think they're immune. I thought I was immune to cancer, even though I saw my dad go through cancer. I was like, well, maybe I'll never get cancer because I take care of myself and stuff. Ha ha ha.
I don't take it. I mean, that is the one good thing is I will say that did prompt the fitness stuff. Like, because I really was not doing
Right.
fitness. And before treatment, I went to, I think I'm allowed to say Dr. Asher. I think it's only patients whose stuff is private, but I went to Dr. Asher and he was like, he said, you've already lost a lot of muscle mass. And I didn't know how to say to him,
No.
like, I haven't lost a thing. Like, this is
Oh,
just
that's so funny. Like that's
so I didn't say
girl.
anything, but it definitely, like, set off I knew that I didn't lose anything. I was like, "This is
That
just
is
how I am." And so it definitely set off I better get my ass in gear.
Yeah, totally. And you know what? Cancer doesn't discriminate. I tell people that they get self-righteous. Well, I'll take care of myself. It's like I know lots of cancer survivors that run marathons. They were athletes and they still got it. And they're in their 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah, people are getting it much earlier now, but I
Yes.
feel like it also has a different, like, tenor to whereas it used to mean a certain ending, and
Yes.
it doesn't. More people I know, even, Steve Maison, who talks about it,
Yes.
his was supposed to be I mean, it is incurable,
Yeah.
and he had that documentary, I think it's, like, Dying to Be on Late Night. It's a great documentary, and,
Love.
he's still alive, and it turns out once they I think it was his liver, but once they removed all the tumors and they weren't able to get them all, what was left was slow growing. And so they said by the time, they check them every year, they're like, if it changes or by the time it comes back, hopefully we'll have a cure. Otherwise, it'll hopefully just keep growing slow enough that it won't shorten
Nice.
your life. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we never know when we're going to exit this world. So just cancer survivors, we're more aware of the exit thing, I mean, I became more aware. And that's why, like, everything changes. Well, we should, you know what? We should leave this for Cancer Joy podcast,
Okay.
Cancer Joy Club podcast. Yes, because this is great. We can talk forever. You and I can talk forever.
I have
Um,
enough diseases for as many shows that you have.
Amazing. We had people like staying put on X and YouTube and Facebook. And I can't see the other platforms. I stream everywhere, but I'm a streaming whore. And how should I say? Because YouTube might flag my saying that. But anyway, you have to be so careful. But this was great. We went a little bit over, which is amazing because people are still interested. And you guys all stay on. If you have any questions, I'll just stay for like a little talk with you. And thank you, Dana,
You're welcome.
for doing
And
the podcast.
much
And
easier than working out.
I know we were going to work out.
Kathleen kicked my ass in class yesterday. I took her weight.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I hear you. I know. We got to figure when to work out again.
No.
For sure. So anyway, so get her book, How to Be Depressed, a guide on danaeagle.com, and she will autograph the book. So it's hilarious and it's actually uplifting because you're just humor uplifts. And I know she's going to say, don't ruin my reputation. It's uplifting. It really is. So thank you so much for being on Relationship Coaching Live. I adore you and yes. And I will see you very soon on Zoom or in person.
Yep.
All right.
I love your guts.
Bye. All right, you guys, before we do the little after party, I am going to take these off and I am going to actually show you a little promo that I did for my book on narcissistic abuse, which is something that we talk about a lot during these lives. And I'm going to stay with you guys for what we call the after party, which is just us talking. And feel free to comment because I love your comments. So here is the book on narcissistic abuse. And let's see if it's something for you. It's a short book, easy read. Like we were talking with Dana, just go through it. And it has the information, compacted stories, personal stories, everything. All right. Have you ever felt like you've lost yourself, like someone else's manipulative grip was holding you back from being the strong, beautiful soul you truly are? I take you on a journey, my journey, through the darkness of narcissistic abuse to the light of freedom and self-love. Through personal stories, hard-won lessons, and powerful strategies, I'll show you how to break free from toxic patterns and reclaim your power. You are worthy of joy. You are worthy of love. And my friend, you are worthy of the life you've always dreamed of. Let me help you get there. It's time to heal, to thrive, and to live life on your terms. This isn't just a book, it's your guide to a brighter, more powerful you. Grab your copy of Healing from Narcissism today and let the transformation begin. All right. So I hope that spoke to you. If you need help with, dealing with narcissistic abuse, that's a great guide for you guys. And it's available on the stateofgraceshop.com. I'm going to keep that ticker there. So we still have some people, which is great. We have like the same amount of people that have been throughout this podcast, this live podcast. And I appreciate you guys so much. I just wanted to tell you, I have great guests coming up, and let me get my appointment book because I don't know who I have. Old-fashioned appointment book. I know. And I like highlight stuff. I do have some on my like Google Calendar, but I prefer like the old-fashioned way. You know what I mean? So we are going to have next week, oh my God, on October 22nd, we have mother-daughter makeover. It's called the mother-daughter makeover, relationship makeover. That's it. The book. Okay. So the mother-daughter relationship makeover. And it's written by Leslie and Lindsay Glass. I already like did a pre-production meeting with them and they're amazing. Oh my God, you're gonna love them. If you want to know more about the relationship between mothers and daughters, you have to come back next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. and you're going to love these two ladies. They are incredible. I am actually not reading the book, but I'm doing it on Audible because it's so much easier. Audible is great, you guys. You go in your car. I didn't know that. I have like a new Toyota, and I have the little screen. I don't know. Some my old car didn't have that because it was old, but I got a new car like a year, almost 2 years ago, and it has the little computer thingy, and so you can have your apps if you connect it to your Apple, to your phone, to your iPhone. So you can have your apps there. So I go on Audible and I listen to this book, which I have to do a lot of homework for this podcast and my other podcast. I have to like read books and research about guests so I can have a good podcast for you guys. So, yeah, it's great. And I'm listening to the book and oh my God, the stories behind these two women. I was like, what? Like, just to give you an idea, for Leslie's birthday, she's the daughter, Frank Sinatra called and, congratulated the mom for like, what? I'm like, these people are like incredible. So we have that on Tuesday, October 22nd, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be like 2:30, sorry, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And 1:30 p.m. Central time. And then the following week on October 29th, he's been a guest here before. His name is Brian King, and he's going to talk about stress and how to deal with stress. We have such good guests. I'm so excited, you guys. And then I'm just going to leave it there. And I'll tell you, these are the next 2 weeks, the next two podcasts that we have. They are going to be just boom, mind blowing, amazing. You're going to love them. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and being here. And just allowing me to have these platforms where I hope and that you guys are benefiting from my experiences and we both are learning from each other and telling each other the stories. Today I think you guys were more like on the listening mode, which is fantastic. Sometimes in the after party, I have comments and stuff. It's all like whatever you guys want to do. And by the way, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to have a Patreon party. If you subscribe to my Patreon, which I'm going to put it up, okay? If you subscribe to my Patreon for $5.99 for like a month, not only can you read 2 of my books, okay? I'm going to upload the other ones as the year goes by, okay? You can subscribe for like the whole year, which would be amazing. You can read my books for free. You can also watch all the series that I have. And I have so many comedy series, you guys. It's crazy. I'm coming up with more the new characters. I have Belle on Move. She's there. The Tias, the award-winning mockumentary. We have episodes on the paywall that are not available publicly. I have Consuelo's tips from the Tia. She gives you advice. And then Jose's tips from Golfing with Jose, the unicorn, the pink unicorn. He's a puppet. I mean, it's insane. Like there's so much there. And then Love Drops, which are funny things to say to your ex. And there's so much, you guys. And I drop new episodes every weekend, at least 1 or 2, depending on how long the episodes are. If it's like the Diaz and it's a 30-minute one, I'll drop it just one. But you can watch everything. It's like a Netflix channel. You guys can watch everything on it. So for $5.99, you can be at the party that I'm going to have there, which is going to be super fun. And it's actually the party, it's because it's going to be on Patreon and it's going to be a private link also on YouTube. It's going to show on YouTube, but it's a private link. So you have to subscribe to Patreon to be able to watch it. It's going to be, we can talk about everything because it's not public on YouTube. So we can talk about anything we want, which is not allowed here. And on the other platforms do it. They're restrict. So we can talk about whatever we want. We're gonna party, we're gonna drink. I'm gonna drink tea because I'm um off alcohol because alcohol increases the chance of cancer reoccurrence by like 40%. So I'm like, girl, no wine for me anymore. So, but you can have alcohol, it's fine. I'm just, I have risks that I want to make sure they're taken care of. So yeah, it's going to be super fun, you guys. And please subscribe. Don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel and help grow so I can bring more quality content to you. So, it's a win-win. You just hit that subscribe button and did I say button? Button. My God. I am losing my mind. And don't forget the State of Grace shop. You can get my books and everything. If you don't want to subscribe to Patreon, you can get some of the digital content there. I'm going to upload some more. And then Patreon, $5.99, guys. You can subscribe to the party, and just watch everything. And here we have Diggs BTW7. Hey, what's up? I love it, from Twitch. I am doing great, dude. How are you? How are you doing? It's just I don't know if you tuned in. You were tuned in. It doesn't show. Oh yeah, it didn't show. You probably were not, but you can rewatch it on Twitch. You can rewatch this episode or on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube. The State of Grace Fraga. Please subscribe so you can help me grow this channel and bring the message to more and more people. So yeah, so I am actually hungry. How about you? Are you guys hungry? I'm so hungry right now. I want to eat something. All of a sudden I started being hungry, but I'll stay with you guys. Okay. I'll stay with you. So the party, again, it's on Patreon, and I'm going to show you guys the little intro that I made for that party. It is so fun. I'm into doing like intros and little promos, and I just have a blast doing that. I don't know. I'm just so silly. But let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay, here's the private party intro. Let me know if you like it or not. Let me know what you think of it. Do you guys like it? What do you think? I don't know. That's what I'm going to show on the Patreon private party. Subscribe to my Patreon and you can watch it for free. Yes, you can watch it for free. And if you want to watch it, it's still $5.99. If you want to be part of the party, there's going to be prizes, free gifts. I mean, we're going to talk about anything we want to talk about, which that's what I've been wanting to do, guys, because I love these platforms, but we are a little bit, kind of not censored, but they have their rules, their community guidelines, which I respect, and no shade. But I feel like I wanted to connect with you guys on a different level, and that's why I created this party. So $5.99, subscribe to my Patreon, you watch it for free and can watch my content for free, read my books for free. And if not, just you can Cash App me $5.99 and I'll send you the link for the party. Okay. Cash App, it's comedian22. I have no idea why I have that name on it. I should probably change it to like Grace Comedian or something. But it's comedian22, you guys, whatever. So if you send it, just put on the little messages like for the private party, and I will send you the link, and make sure you put your email, and I'll send you everything, and we're going to party, you guys. Prices and free gifts. Yes. What's up? So, let's see, we've been going on for an hour, which is great. I love it. And don't forget, you can get the book Breaking Free: A Journey of Healing from Narcissistic Abuse by me. It's a very quick read. It's like maybe 5,000 to 6,000 words, I think, that one. So it's super fast. It's on PDF on the State of Grace shop. So when you buy it, remember to download it. It will tell you, right? There's a downloadable version. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm getting phone calls, and these people, oh my God, these are like, I'm not going to say who, but they've been like calling me in the middle of the day. Who calls people anymore? It's like, text me, okay? Calling is out unless it's a friend and they need something. But even friends, they text me and they're like, can I call you? Right? What's happening with people? Just, they're so annoying. Ay, yeah, yeah. And it's like, and they always, I'm telling you, they always call me when I'm on a live. So I'm on a live and they're just like calling me about the stupidest things that I'm like, dude, we can talk about this later. What's up? No. Oh my God. So did you guys enjoy the interview with Dana? I'm curious to know if you liked it. I thought it was really good. She's hysterical. She's a dear friend and I love her. I'm going to throw that to the trash. I'm kind of cleaning up my computer while I'm talking to you. See on Instagram, who do we have on Instagram? Oh, we had some people. Nice, nice. Tuning in. Love, love, love. But Instagram is kind of crazy. You have to like do an Instagram live, right? Rather than do like through this platform. I think it's better if you do that and just on Instagram. And they're more into like what's happening now, in your life. That's what they want to see. But I feel like the future, the present actually, is with YouTube and TikTok. Maybe it depends if it's, what's going to happen with TikTok. I'm not sure what's going to go down with that. But if you want to monetize, you guys, I highly recommend YouTube. I'd recommend, I started going on Rumble. I don't know how that works, but we'll figure it out. OnlyFans, you don't have to do adult stuff. I have a comedy channel there, by the way, if you want to subscribe for free, if you're on OnlyFans. I have, let me see, this one is my VIP, that you have to, pay for it, $9 a month. That one is more expensive. Because on that one, you guys, I actually post daily exclusive content, like daily. On Patreon, it's only $5.99 because I post like one or two a week. But on that one, you can read my books for free. There's a lot of different things. You can access my parties for free. So, anyway, but the free page is OnlyFans. Oh my God. Here we start with sirens. If you've been to my lives before, you hear that? You're going to get the sirens. Oh my God. So annoying. Okay. Okay. Come on. Go, go, go. Yes. Okay. Done. So this one, here it is. It's Queendom Comedy. The VIP is Queendom Comedy, and then you add VIP. But I really don't post a lot of content because it's my free page. So I kind of like lure you into my VIP from there, or post about, what's coming up, what lives I have going on, what's going on. Sometimes I might post a video or two, but nothing compared to what you get on Patreon. And here it is, after party, because this is the after party. Yeah. So yeah, so I can continue, we can continue, but I want to make myself some food. I'm like torn. I'm so hungry right now. And I've been having stomach issues, you guys. I was telling Dana, because of the treatment, I think like it messes up your GI. And I had treatment, like I finished treatment in March 2022, but I still, you deal with the aftermath of cancer treatment for the rest of your life, really, because stuff will pop up. It kind of like messes up your body a little bit, but that's okay. Hey, it is what it is. I love spicy food, but I can't eat spicy food. And it's like so boring, you guys. I don't know. I think I'm going to make myself a chickpea salad. Actually, you know what? I should do a live lunch with Grace and I should show you my recipes on lunch with Grace. I haven't done one in a while. So let me see. When can I do a lunch with Grace? You guys, I'm so busy. It's hard for me to like plan to do lives and stuff because I am so busy with everything in my life. And by the way, this weekend, I have on the State of Grace live podcast, which only airs on YouTube. It's going to be live this Friday at 7:30 p.m. I have Fred Melamed from Inner World, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He did 7 Woody Allen films. I know Woody Allen's, not, he's been through a lot of trouble, but way before he's been in trouble. And he's such an amazing human. And so he's going to tell us about his challenges and how he reached his own state of grace. So that one is going to be, let me show you his picture. I know you're going to love him. Let me see, you guys, I have so many files on my desk. I have to figure out. Okay, so flyers, here it is. Here is Fred. So let me show you the share screen with you guys. Window. Okay, here it is. So here it is. The State of Grace live podcast, and it's going to be on YouTube, you guys. And it's this Friday, October 18th at 7:30. I don't know why you can't see the bottom. I'm trying to see if you can see it, but okay. So it's going to be on Friday the 18th, this coming Friday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. And it's on my YouTube, the State of Grace Fraga. That's the URL. So you type in youtube.com/at the State of Grace Fraga. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing interview. Oh my gosh, you guys, the spam I'm getting is so annoying. It's so much spam. So annoying. And I'm telling you, the sirens and the spammers, they all come up when I'm doing lives or shooting something. I'm shooting something and it's like, stop it. So anyway, sometimes I forget to put my phone on silent. And because my phone is connected to the computers that I have, it rings on the computers. And anyway, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. And then on Saturday, oh my God, you guys. Okay. I'm going to show you. We are going to have an amazing, let me see. Here it is. Laugh Your Cancer Off. Okay. And I'm going to put where you can get the tickets. Let me see if I have it here. Yes. The fundraiser, Laugh Your Cancer Off. And let me actually edit it and put it as a major thing. Let me see. Fundraiser. There it is. LaughYourCancerOff.com. The tickets are $27.50 per household. Parts of the proceeds goes to Friends Place. Okay. And these are the people that are going to be on it, the comedians that are going to be on it, myself. And let me take myself out. We're going to do stand up and sketch comedy. So all your favorite characters are going to be there. The Diaz, Racheta and Angie, and then Faru and Baru. Oh my God, they're so funny. Bale is going to be there. All your favorite characters are going to be there. It's going to be a blast, you guys. So let me change that banner back to this one. And yeah, I would love for you guys to attend that. It's going to be, once you buy the ticket, I will email you your URL, private link. Okay. It's going to be workable, or you can click on it and it's going to open on the day of the show. I don't have to explain the technicalities because it's just not it doesn't pertain. It doesn't change anything. But yes, so fundraiser, Laugh Your Cancer Off, 2750. Your whole family can watch it. It's not just you. You can invite your friends. It's going to be a blast. And part of the proceeds go to Fran's Place Center, Cancer Counseling Center. And Fran has helped me through my cancer journey and with my mental health. Like we were talking with Dana, that's something that, especially after, you need help. Yeah, you definitely, and she provides that for free. Okay, so we need to support her so she can continue to provide support to cancer patients and survivors, and also caregivers to be able to go through this journey unscathed. So yeah, it's a good cause, you guys. So if you can purchase a ticket, we would appreciate that very much. Oh my God, spammers! I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's driving me. What? That's like what, the third call, and we had one siren going. Oh my God, they're so annoying. They're so annoying. I'm telling you, they interrupt your flow. Even when you're doing something, it's like, could you leave me alone? Like I'm not, and it's all scams. Oh my God. Like, oh, you can get $75,000 loan, apply with us and give us your checking account number so we can scam you. By the way, there's a scam. You guys be careful. Okay. So it's like Bitcoin and it's like romance scams, and they all operate kind of like the same way. So they're like, oh, I'll put $5,000 in your checking account or whatever, on your Venmo. That's what they do. So the way they do it is they put the 5,000 and then I think they requested back, right? The refund. And then they're like, okay, now you give me, like, let's say 2,500 so I can invest it in Bitcoins for you. So basically they get their $5,000 back, and then the $2,500, oh my God, they need to stop. The $2,500 that the victim gives them is what they gain, and then you're screwed. Okay, so let me block these callers because they're so annoying. Block. I'm gonna block them all. It's like they need to stop, you guys. What is with these callers? Oh my God. And they leave messages too. They leave voicemails. Let's see. This one. Look, okay.
I work over here in the approval department and saw your file come across my desk. I'm reaching out as it appears we may be able to offer you up to $72,000 with payments starting as low as $530 a month. Please give me a call back as soon as possible at 877-941-0656.
Did you hear that? That's some BS. Okay, and I got the other one from Idaho. Okay, let's see what they say. Unfreaking believable. Okay, let's see what these scammers say.
Officers, please press 2 to be placed on our. Hi, this is Travis.
Travis again.
Saw your file come across my desk.
Twice he called me.
As it appears, we may be able to offer
so Travis, the AI, called me twice and left voicemails. Wow. Okay. Unbelievable. They are, I'm telling you, and they call you like it's the same people. They call you from different numbers. But so if you block them, which I did block them, but they will call me from another number and bother me again. It's like, oh my God, you guys, it is so annoying. Oh, by the way, I'm so excited, and I'm going to tell you. Okay. So I teamed up with Pebbles, who is sober, and me, Grace, and Normie. You know what that means. So I am the normie, meaning I'm not an alcoholic. And it's going to be, okay, here it is. Clean talk. So that one, you guys, is going to be premiering on October 25th, which is a Friday, and we're going to go live at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And we are going to talk about alcoholics versus normies. Okay. So meaning, what is the difference between them? So we're going to discuss that. And Pebbles is amazing. She's been helping people in recovery for 32 years for free, you guys. She's a sober coach. She's amazing. I love her to pieces. And so I interviewed her during one of my podcasts, and then I was like, we need to do something together. So that's going to be another thing. I have so many lives, you guys, and podcasts and stuff. If you go to my YouTube, you see all the upcoming lives. Okay. So if you subscribe to my YouTube, you can see that. So subscribe, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to put the here so you can help me grow this channel and we can help more people. The more we grow, the more people we can help. And if you want to participate in the after the party on Patreon, you can either Cash App me $5.99 to get the link. Okay, make sure you put your email there. And the other way to do it is subscribe to my Patreon for a month, which is $5.99, the price of the admission. And there you can watch all my comedy content. You can read my books. It is amazing. And I post content weekly. So definitely a great deal. You can't lose. And we're going to have these parties starting now once a month, but then they're going to move up to probably twice a month. So it's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. You saw the little promo for it. That's the intro. I love making intros. I don't know. I'm such a nerd. I love like editing stuff. I edit all my own stuff. You're like, yeah, we can tell, girl. I engineer all my own shows except for the State of Grace podcast live. I have an engineer for that because I want to be focused, more focused than usual. That's my flagship show on YouTube. So that's my main show. But check my YouTube, guys. There's something for everyone. I talk about narcissistic abuse on this one and other many other topics, mental health topics. And then I have now the sober strength if you're in recovery or you want to be in recovery. What else do I have? I have to look because I forget, you guys. Isn't that funny? So the State of Grace podcast, that one is right there. The State of Grace podcast. That's the banner. That one is on Fridays once a month at 7:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get a lot of notifications of when I go live. Then I have, let me see. So I'll tell you in a second. Brand. Here we go. Okay, so I have the Cancer Joy Club, where if you're a cancer patient or survivor, I highly recommend you watch. Everything is on playlist, by the way. Okay, so you go to my YouTube channel, you hit the playlist, and you can watch all of the videos. Then we have the DS Live, which is my comedy fun, part of the channel. Then you have Brain Babes with Crystal, and it's the Quantum Nerds network. And we talk about everything related to the quantum field, like neurodivergence and the quantum field, comedy and everything can be related to the quantum field. So that's my brainy podcast. Okay. So it's a lot of fun. And we do also a fun one on Fridays at 11 a.m. called Top 10. And so we pick a top 10 list of anything and we just like go for it. We're like, and at number 10, and it's all organic with the flow because she reads what it's about and then we go at it. And sometimes we have guests for that. Like this Friday, we have Kathy McCauley. And so make sure you tune in at 11 a.m. And that one goes on all platforms, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, Instagram, Rumble, all of them, and YouTube, of course. So you can tune into that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. And if you don't have time to tune in, you can watch it afterwards on my YouTube channel, The State of Grace Fraga. So anyway, I love you guys. You've been like here for this talk and for my guest. I appreciate you so much. Your love and support means the world to me because it allows me to use all my platforms to help other people and get positivity, not toxic positivity, also vulnerability. And because if you're vulnerable, then sometimes it's not that positive, right? But I'm not into toxic positivity. I'm just, I've always been like I like to laugh kind of person, but I do go through my like anger and sadness. We all do. I'm human, just like everybody else. Toxic positivity is the people that tell you, oh, I'm always always happy. It's like, no, honey, that's not possible. How can you be happy all the time? No. So I spread joy, peace, healing. That's my thing is healing and solutions with love and laughter. That if there's a tagline for me, that would be healing and solutions with love and laughter. That's why I have so many different podcasts that, um, target different topics, like different audiences, or the same audience who wants to learn more about everything else. It's like, why not? So anyway, I am going to, um, see again, somebody is, oh my God, it's like, oh, you have no idea. There's okay, I'm not going to talk about it because it's like a thing, a legal thing, but it's like, stop. It's the same people. They called me twice and now they're texting me. You heard that ping. Anyway, you guys. Okay, before I go, here's a commercial. No, I shouldn't say commercial because it's not commercials. There's a little, it shows what's, some of the things that are on my Patreon channel. So make sure you subscribe, okay? All right. So that's my Patreon, you guys. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go make myself some food because I'm taping another podcast for somebody else, Funny Minds. If you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them. Funny Minds is FUNE and then Minds, Funny Minds. It's like Fun Minds, okay, with my girl Lynn and her son Eddie. So they're amazing. So subscribe to them on YouTube. You can watch all their podcasts. They have great guests and they're just the sweetest people. So I'm going to tape. I have a taping. So I have to eat something before I tape. I would stay here with you guys forever. We should schedule a lunch with Grace and I should maybe cook something. I can't cook spicy. So I'm going to be like, this is the part where you put the spice, but I can't put it because of my GI. I need to get better. Anyway, all right, you guys. I love you so much. And you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope your day is filled with joy, peace, love, happiness, and enjoy your life. We only live once, right? Allegedly. I don't know. Maybe there is reincarnation, but I don't remember any of them. So this is it. This is all I remember. So, you know, that's for another episode. Like there are kids actually that remember having past lives and people check like the parents and that person existed. Okay, we should do that on Brain Babes. I'm gonna tell Crystal. That sounds like super fun. And we can relate that to the quantum field. I'm such a nerd. I know. I know. Forgive me or not. Don't forgive me. It's okay. I am who I am. I don't apologize. So, okay, my loves. We will do let me set the outro video for you. And it's so weird because okay. So guys, that let me see if okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run a little thing on my um, I can't seem to. Okay, I'll just run it. It's so weird. Okay. Oh, more people are joining in. I love it. Thank you guys. We're done for today, but make sure you tune in on Thursday at 1 p.m. I have Cancer Joy Club. I have an amazing guy from Scotland who is encouraging me to go to the Fringe Festival. Should I go? It sounds super fun, doesn't it? So he's encouraging me to do that. I might go to Edinburgh. And him and his wife offered for me to stay with them. I think that's what he meant. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. If I go, oh my God, that's going to be so fun. I'm going to like stream live every day from there. Okay. And then, so we have Thursday, October 17th, and this is all Pacific time. Cancer Joy Club with Kevin Dougherty, who wrote Stories of Cancer and Hope. Okay, on all platforms. That's going to be on all platforms. On Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, Brain Babes, we're going to do top 10 phobias. Oh my God, I had to type the phobias because, again, we do it organically, so I don't know what they're about. And I'm like, oh my God, some of them are like incredible. Okay, you're going to be blown away. And then same Friday at 7:30 Pacific time, the State of Grace podcast, which is only on YouTube. the actor Fred Melamed, he was the lead in A World, brilliant actor. He's been on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, One Division, I mean, like a million other things. He's like, works all the time. And then on Saturday, we have the cancer fundraiser where if you buy a ticket, you can go to, we'll send you the private link, $27.50 for the whole household, you guys. I can find here it is. Okay, amazing. All right, my loves, I would love to stay with you, but I have to get going. And so I will see you at any of my lives. Check my YouTube. All the upcoming lives are there. Pick which one you want to attend or which ones you want to attend. Okay. Hopefully you'll attend all of them. All right. I love you. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you very, very soon. How about I'll show you what I have on the State of Grace shop merchandise. What do you think? Should I do that? Yeah, let me get these. Okay, so I can show you what I have. The State of Grace shop. Oh, by the way, it's Grace 10 off. You get, with that code, Grace 10 off. Easy to remember. You get 10% off. Okay. Are you tired of breakups leaving you feeling like a soggy tissue? Well, darling, it's time to shake things up. I'm Grace Fraga, certified relationship coach by IAP, and I've got the ultimate cure for your post-breakup blues. Introducing Love at First X, a humorous guide that takes the sting out of a heartbreak and turns it into your best comeback story. From crying on your pillow to dancing in the kitchen, this book is your sassy, laugh out loud companion. But wait, it gets better. I've created exclusive bundle packages at the State of Grace shop designed to give you the TLC you deserve. Get everything from one-on-one coaching with yours truly to personalized breakup recovery tools. Let's face it, honey, we're turning your breakup into a glow-up. So whether you're crying over an ex or ready to move on like a boss, I've got your back. You can laugh, learn, and level up with my coaching and my book. Because, let's be real, breakups are just a detour on the road to fabulous. Visit www.thestateofgraceshop.com to get your bundle today. Let's flip the script on breakups together. Life hit me with a storm I never saw coming. Stage 3 breast cancer. But let me tell you something. When the storm passes, something beautiful can emerge. I know because I lived it. Get this off my chest. It's my story of transformation. It's about finding peace, joy, and positivity in the middle of the hardest battle of my life. This book is for anyone who's ever felt overwhelmed by life's challenges, especially when it comes to your health. It's not just another cancer memoir. It's a guide to reclaiming your life, your joy, and your power. When I was going through cancer treatment, I made a choice to laugh through the chaos, to surround myself with love, and to embrace every single day with gratitude. I want to share that with you. Get This Off My Chest is about shifting your mindset, flipping the script, and learning to find light in the darkest moments. Because I believe that transformation is beautiful, and every challenge, no matter how hard, is an opportunity to rediscover yourself. So whether you're fighting your own battle or supporting someone you love, This book is for you. It's for the warriors, the survivors, and anyone ready to live life with joy, strength, and a whole lot of humor. Get your copy of Get This Off My Chest. It's available on my online shop, www.thestateofgraceshop.com. Your journey to healing starts now.